What is going on, everybody? Tanner with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. Now, this is going to be a live stream, but if you're watching this as a replay, basically what this live stream is going to consist of is me and my good friend and business partner, Ariel. We're going to be going over his story and how he got into e-commerce and generated $134,000 in revenue within the first month. We're going to be talking about some of the things that he did right, as well as some of the failures and things that you guys can learn from at the same time. And then you're going to be able to ask any questions that you may have towards the end of the whole story, and we can help you guys to getting you where you want to be. So if you're in this, I swiped to the wrong thing, but sorry guys, if you are in here, make sure to drop a comment right now if you can hear us fine and if you can see us, and we'll go ahead and get started.
I guess we'll wait for some people to actually be in here before we start telling the story.
I gotta wait a second. It'll catch up. If you're watching this as a replay, I'll put in the comments below when to skip to where we actually start. I just want to make sure that we have things set before we actually get started. What's going on, everybody? Jaden, Chris, George, Philip, Jeff, everybody. I appreciate you guys. You can hear us. You can see us. Perfect. So I know there's more than 2 people in here. My YouTube's
you can open
a little
the
bit
thing
laggy.
like an actual tab.
Yeah. You're Jaden the Great. Awesome, bro. I appreciate you always supporting me. Let's see. Is it Wi-Fi?
Try opening the actual video in an actual tab. It'll be better that way.
What video?
Here.
Technical difficulties.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Not that. Don't worry. It's not going to affect it. It shouldn't affect it. Oh.
What are you trying to do?
Open up the actual channel. Hold on. This is.
Oh, we don't need to do this.
Why? You don't want to do it like this?
We don't need to.
Okay.
All right, let's just go ahead and get started, guys. Yes, this is live. Everybody asking, reply to your DM. I'm not going to reply to your DM unless it's something that actually makes sense and is not a waste of time for myself or for you.
Some of these comments.
Yeah, these comments are funny. But basically, excuse me, let's go ahead and just get started with the story right off the bat. I met Ariel in Miami one time. It was a few months ago through mutual friends, and he was editing videos for YouTubers, right? I'm just going to give a brief intro to how I met you, and then you can sort of give more details. So you were editing YouTube videos for different YouTubers, and you're doing a few different things here and there to make money online, and you started to see the trend of e-commerce and dropshipping and all this stuff going on, whether it was for me or other people on YouTube or whatever. And what sort of sparked the interest of it for you?
So obviously I met you in person, so I kind of learned a little bit from there. And I've seen a lot of videos. I knew about dropshipping for a long time, but I never really researched about it. But after meeting you in person, it sparked some interest, and I wanted to see what it's all about. So I watched your videos, I watched other people's videos, and I kind of learned a little bit about the whole business and how the whole model works, how it's pretty much something that's always existed, but because of technology and an increase in user availability to browse the web and start buying things online, the whole industry changed. So I found it really interesting, and it's something I want to learn more about.
Yeah, so that's one thing at least you did that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people are interested in it because of the business model and how it's somewhat simple as far as not having inventory and stuff like that, but you actually took action on what you wanted to do. And so we're going to get into details of the whole story and, the numbers everybody wants to know about. But when you first started, what was the first thing that you did? I never know what to expect for people. For me, I found a product and then built a store. That was just how it was from the beginning for me. What about you?
Well, the first thing I did was I looked at a couple different products. I wanted to do a single product store for a little while, but then I'm like, okay, this is probably not going to make any money. So I decided, okay, what's the best route to go? What kind of store do I want to make? What kind of category is it going to be? And that's where I decided, okay, this is what I want to do, and started doing some product research, putting it all together, and went from there.
Yeah. So what was the first thing you ever tested? You did with Facebook ads, right? You never did any Instagram influencers or anything like that.
I did do Instagram influencers, but that was after I already started Facebook ads. It wasn't the first thing I tried. Yeah. And honestly, I didn't get much success with it. It may have been the influencers that I was using. It wasn't huge influencers. It was smaller accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I did maybe get $80 worth of sales from it. So I did not end up breaking even between all the Instagram influencers that I tried. But it was an interesting, example to try out, see if it would, be any effective at all or not.
Yeah. And what was the first method you used to test products? A lot of people, they want to know how to find products, how to test products. Now, I think finding products is a lot more simple than people actually make it out to be. It's just about constantly finding products and testing them instead of just testing one product that you found and it didn't get you results and then you just quit because you didn't get any results from it. Now, from your point of view, was your first mindset finding one product and testing it from there? I know you mentioned it a little bit, or were you like constantly finding products and testing it? And then how were you testing the products?
So my store had a lot of products on it, which was probably like a mistake because I didn't actually advertise all those products. I just had a bunch of stuff on there because it was the kind of theme for the store. But I had a couple products that I knew in my head that I wanted to advertise, and that's what I worked on. So I had about 5 or 6 products that I was thinking that could do well, and that's what I worked on advertising for them. And some of them didn't do well, some of them did. And that was really the learning lesson on learning how to make videos, how to make picture ads.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. You have the asset of editing videos, for YouTubers, which then you were able to incorporate that into actually making ads. Like, what was the specific strategy though? Were you doing the basic, make a single campaign? This, by the way, guys, this was back in what, like
November
of last year. Were you just doing the basic, create a campaign with 10 different ad sets or whatever number with random interests, or were you actually just doing research on finding the right interests?
So I created a campaign. I talked with you a little bit about this too, but at first I did my own testing and it didn't do that well. But then Tanner kind of explained to me how you have to lower your audience size and stuff like that, so then you can actually focus in more on what you were trying to target. And sometimes you don't want to target the exact same thing. Like, let's say you're selling, I don't know, a phone, which most people are not selling phones, but you're selling a phone. You're not going to target phone as your interest. You want to target something that people will click on that's similar to it, that will kind of drive that traffic that way. So because the interest is too big. I mean, probably there's a billion people that like phone on Facebook as an interest. So having that narrowed down interest is really the main thing, and finding a way to narrow it down more that will fit your actual product is really important, because you want to target the right people and not waste money on the wrong ads.
And right off the bat, how much would you say you were making a day, just revenue? Like, how long did it take to hit your first $100 in a day or $1,000 a day?
Pretty fast. I mean, in the first few weeks, I was just testing a bunch of things. I didn't really know what I was doing. So it was really slow there.
Just trial and error.
Yeah, as soon as I started figuring out products that were better and more effective for what I was trying to sell, it was pretty fast, because I had a little bit of a higher budget to spend, so I was able to test more things at once. Like, some people can't do 10 ad set tests a day at $20 budgets. They have to do smaller tests, and it takes a lot longer to start seeing some results. I kind of was just like, okay, I'll test it out. I know the holiday season's now, it's the best time to try it. So that's when I did it.
Yeah, so you would say you had an advantage because you had, previous business ventures that you were in that allowed you to make money and have capital to invest into the business, which I feel like a lot of people sort of, they don't really realize that it actually takes capital to start a business. Dropshipping isn't just, it's a simple business model, but it's not something that's very easy to get into and be successful right off the bat. There's a very small chance that will actually happen on a low budget of maybe putting in $50 or $100 and making a big return. That most of the time does not happen.
Yeah, just because you don't hold inventory doesn't mean there's no expenses. I mean, you still got to pay for the products, you still got to pay for the ads, the website, the apps, all that other stuff. So there's a lot of expense that comes with it. And a lot of people don't realize that, you got to put a lot of money into this project in order to see it. And that's why dropshipping gets a lot of bad rap now, because a lot of people are starting stores and they're not able to fulfill their products, and then people get very angry and they lose trust in the whole point of the whole dropshipping method, because they're not getting their products, or they're not getting the exact product they ordered. I mean, I dealt with a whole thing recently, and I don't know if we want to, I told Tanner about this, but someone actually started a store, and it's a scam store that they take a product that I'm selling that does really well for me. They take that product and they put the same exact description, same exact pictures, same exact ad, and they sell it, and they are sending their customers a product that is not the product that they're ordering. And the guy is also selling it for 80% cheaper than what I'm selling it for, because it's not even possible to sell it for the price that he sells it for. It costs more to buy the item. People are like, oh, I'm getting such a good deal. And they're buying that, and they're getting scammed, and they put my contact info on their website, and people are contacting me getting angry at it. So people like that do those sort of scams is what's giving dropshipping a lot of bad rap recently. And I'm sure you kind of know.
Oh, yeah, that's a big mess right there. Using the same ad with the same logo, like Ariel was talking about, he's having customers email him that aren't even his customers. They're saying, why did I get this in the mail when I ordered X, whatever the product was? And then they comment
on my ad too. They comment, I lost sales from this too. One time I didn't look at Facebook for like a couple of hours, and I see this guy commented over 40 times, replying to a bunch of different people saying, "Don't buy this, it's a scam. Don't buy this, it's a scam." And I'm like, did this guy like not get his order or something? I looked up his name, looked up his email. He didn't even order from me. And then I saw an email from him saying, "Oh, I got the wrong item. This is not even from my store."
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful with moderating comments too. And Tanner actually, like, we kind of dealt with this recently too. We're selling a product and people, I guess they didn't get it from another person, and that's, you know, they're getting comments from that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, we got to watch out for that sort of stuff too.
Oh, I keep swiping to the wrong thing.
Check the comments.
Yeah, I wanna keep answering some of your guys' questions because there's a lot of things we could talk about as far as where Ariel's been in his journey and some questions you guys may have. So I want to keep this sort of guided, but at the same time, you know, that was a brief overview of everything. Now we want to answer some specific questions you may have. You know, I don't want to drag this out forever because me and Ariel will make more videos while he's here in town for a few more days, and we'll do some stuff for you guys. But if you have any specific questions for Ariel and his story, things you want to know, you know, there's not specific things that maybe I would care to know, but maybe there's something that you would want to know.
The person asked, how much were you make editing videos?
Yeah, how much were you making when you were editing videos for YouTubers?
I'm not going to say the actual amount, but I was doing really well for myself. I mean, I started editing videos to pay for college tuition back in the day, so I was able to live really well. I had a apartment for myself. I was paying tuition. I had a car. I was living really well for being an editor and also being a full-time college student. So editing did really well for me. I don't do it as much now. I do have an editing company. I think Tanner and I made a video about that a little while back.
Yeah.
In case you were curious about how that stuff works. But yeah, that's what I stopped doing the actual editing myself, and now I have a couple people that I employ, and I have a whole company that focuses on editing for YouTubers.
What app do you use in editing videos? iMovie.
No, Adobe Premiere Pro.
I use Final Cut Pro for my videos because my videos are pretty straightforward.
That's what I learned on Final Cut Pro.
Yeah. When you go and update next generation e-commerce, there's content that's already been done with Noah. I haven't uploaded it yet because I want to finish more content. Maybe I'll do some with Ariel, but there's also several things that I want to do myself, and I want to update all the content at once. But if you want to get in for the lower price, you can DM me on Instagram, and I can get you in there for the pre-launch before we put in all the new content. Let's see. Hey, my son, I need a partner. ClickFunnels for one product. You're a partner of Patrick Diaz. No. Let's see. Can I open a shop? These are some basic questions, guys. Like using a debit card. Yes, you can use a debit card. Let's see. Shopify is not dead. Spammy looking stores and countdown timers are dead. If you make your store look legit, it will sell. I mean, yeah, that's the basics of it. I'm sure that's something you really like your store, getting to 6 figures in 1 month, your first time dropshipping is going to encounter a lot of issues. Like the common issues, one is going to be the biggest of, holding payments, the payment processor, Shopify, Stripe, PayPal. Those are things that can affect you very heavily. Because if your profit margin is 25% and
they're holding 25%, there's literally no money left.
Yeah, so. And then you're sitting there empty-handed. You may have the numbers, but then at the same time, you have to wait 3 months to get your actual money.
PayPal 6 months.
Oh yeah, that's rough. You can fight with them on that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's just some of the basics. Shopify is not dead. I don't know why people say Shopify is dead or not dead. It's like Shopify is just, that's just an online storefront system that you can use.
People say drop shipping is dead because of the the tons of people that are entering it with like not really understanding how it all works, and then it's creating a lot of problems. Like just like I mentioned before, it's like if you want to enter this industry, research before you enter it, because you'll also lose yourself money, and you're also creating harm to the whole industry itself if you're not understanding what you're doing when you're entering it.
Mm-hmm. So someone asked they said something about selling with some low ticket items. What was your experience when you first launched your store? Did you notice a bigger difference or made more sales with lower ticket items or higher ticket items?
I mean,
what worked best for you?
You make more sales with lower ticket items, depending if the item's popular, but it's more of a pain to deal with lower ticket items because then you got to deal with more customer service, you got to deal with more chargebacks, you got to deal with all this other stuff. And if you're selling specifically like technology and you have lower ticket items, technology from China can sometimes be like a hit or miss. If something's wrong with the item, it doesn't work as advertised or whatever, you're going to deal with a lot more people. Through customer service if you have lower ticket items as opposed to high ticket items, because usually higher ticket items are a little bit more quality and you're going to deal with less people per day when you sell a product.
Yeah. Let's see real quick. I mean, this is a question that everybody wants to know. How much money should we have to invest to start? There's no perfect number that's going to be exact. Some people could spend $100 and be profitable. Some people may spend thousands and thousands of dollars without seeing a return just because they aren't paying attention to what they're actually doing. When you're making decisions with your marketing campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, influencers, whatever it is, you need to know what you're doing and why it's going to work or why it's not going to work. Now, of course, you can't guarantee success within any aspect of marketing based on what you think, but if you know how the system works and you understand what these specific actions are doing, then you're going to have a much more likely chance of actually making money with it and not losing a ton of money.
It also really depends on the store that you're making. Like if you're selling low-ticket items, you would have to spend less money to get purchases per se.
Yeah.
If you have a high-ticket item, you're gonna have to spend a lot more money before you get a purchase.
That's true. I mean, there's just so many variables involved as far as a budget to invest. I would say a couple $1,000s, at least $1,000. It's just money you need to have, and even if you don't have it now, you need to build that capital. I see people try and do it, and they put in $100, they don't see any results, they fail, and then they don't get back up. They just let that affect them long term, and then that's that. And then they say dropshipping sucks and it's a scam because they didn't actually put in the time and effort. Any updates on the course coming? Yup, stay tuned. I'll be mentioning all that stuff in future videos. How much should a 13-year-old kid invest in his business? That's another one of those open-ended questions. There's
Investing the time is more important than the money.
Yeah.
Start researching about how the whole thing works before you start putting money into anything.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for being live. I appreciate you, Ray. Dwayne, do you prefer Facebook ads or YouTube ads? I don't run YouTube ads. Neither does Ariel. I don't think for your e-commerce stores. How many products do you test at a time? Now, most of these questions are pretty open-ended that you guys are asking. I want you guys to be very specific with things you want to know. So drop comments like that are very, very specific. If it's about me, about Ariel, Facebook ads, whatever, so we can give a lot better answers. But just the basic question of how many products do you test at a time, it's up to you. It's another one of those things.
A lot of these videos, a lot of these comments, there's tons of videos about this sort of stuff too. It's all open-ended stuff. It's really it's whatever you prefer to do, because if you're testing a bigger store, you're going to test a few more products. If you're only doing a single product store, it's going to be one product. So it all depends on the type of store that you're trying to
One thing I realized that can be very helpful is having a duplicatable system that you can use. If you watch a video of mine or whoever else on a tutorial of how to set up or how to do product research and then test a product, you can't expect the same exact result that we get off of our stuff just by copying us. You have to figure out what other people are doing and then learn from that, learn the fundamentals, and then sort of add your own twist and experience different ways through trial and error. And once you have something that you know how to do consistently, you can just keep testing products. You're going to know when to test or when to turn off these specific ad sets, what kind of products you're going to be looking for based on your store and all this kind of stuff. So have a system that works for you instead of just going empty-handed. I used to be very motivated and dedicated, but my parents are forcing me to do better in school, and I'm just feeling messed up lately and have been lazy. Maybe you have experience with this. Yeah, actually, when I first started my YouTube channel in October, I was posting every single day. And I remember I was on a few months streak of posting every single day. And then my grades were doing very bad, and my parents took away my computer and my camera and stuff, and I lost my streak. And then I remember after that, I just didn't want to make videos because I lost that momentum and consistency I had. So it sort of sucks. I mean, that's just something you have to learn how to deal with all those things. You have to learn how to adapt in life, business, whatever. Your parents are going in probably with the mindset of trying to help you, of course. But it's just how life is. Beck Bro Jack, good spots to start. Been just browsing YouTube on the dropshipping topic.
Oh, I know Beck Bro Jack.
You know him?
Yeah, we've chatted on Twitter a couple times.
Is he big?
Yeah, I think he has over 1 million subscribers now.
That's awesome. Then just browsing YouTube on the dropshipping topic, but was wondering if you have any other good places to get info or strategies. I mean, I would say YouTube and courses and things like that are good for cutting the learning curve and sort of understanding the fundamentals and methods. But the most impact you're probably going to see is by just doing things on your own. If you learn the fundamentals, like I said, you're going to know sort of how the system works, how the different marketing tactics work, and what other people are doing. But you're not going to know what really works until you do stuff on your own. What would you say to him?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much accurate. You just got to do some research. Courses obviously are a big thing, but a lot of courses are similar. So just do your research first on YouTube. That's the best place to go.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What type of products do your guys' warehouse hold? You can't disclose that kind of stuff. If we have, for our fulfillment center, if we have clients that are sending us their products to fulfill, we can't disclose what kind of products or what the specific product is unless they told us to. I have a one product store. All right, this guy, the man Giles says, I have a one product store at about 1.1K sales so far in March with a break-even ROAS of 2.05. It's on a cold test. Is it worth continuing with the product? I've spent about $500. If you're breaking even cold testing and it's just consistent,
so that means you're losing money because wait, he says the break even is 2.05 and his ads are at 2.04. So technically, you're losing money, right?
I guess technically you are losing money. What I would try and do, I wouldn't just kill it and give up right off there. A lot of people can even manage a 2 ROAS for $100 in sales. So once again, I don't know how many orders you have in your average order value, if it's low ticket, high ticket, or whatever. But I would just try like some retargeting as well as some page view lookalike audiences and just see what happens. I mean, you just got to test different things and see where it takes you. In the end, how much did you spend on Facebook ads before you had the first sales? Do you know how much you spent on Facebook ads?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know the specific answer. I mean, I would assume probably like, I mean, I've probably gotten a sale after like $100, $200, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, usually you can get like some kind of lucky sale with Facebook.
Yeah.
And that just happens. What's
consistent
hard?
Sales is the hardest part.
The hardest part is to keep consistent sales. That's something with Facebook. You want to have an ad set that's killing it for like 3 days. Getting sales is profitable with a 4 ROAS, and then the next day no sales or 1 sale, and it just kills the ROAS. And that's definitely it definitely sucks. Daniel says, what are some ways on improving a bad conversion rate? I would say, one, focus on if you're profitable. If you're profitable, then don't worry about the conversion rate as much. But I mean, there's some simple things you can use on your store. You just don't want to have the things that everybody else has, and the timers and everything sort of stacked on each other where it just looks like a cluster. Let's see. Yeah.
You just skipped a bunch of comments.
Yeah. Let me scroll up. You get involved with digital products. I mean, the only digital product, like dropshipping is a business I like because of the inventory and everything like that. But of course, there's pros and cons. The only digital product that I've sort of worked with is my own course, Next Generation E-commerce. Let's see. Fresh store, fresh pixel. Do you start with purchases or view content and go down the funnel? What do you mean? I mean, talking about the objective? I'm
a bit confused with that question.
Yeah. Ask that again, please, Zach. Michael says, God bless, I'm doing Amazon right now, 1K a week at 18 years old. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Daniel says, if I'm testing a product and there are ads of the same product with hundreds of thousands of views and engagement, but the most recent comment is like a few days ago, is it still worth testing? Once again, it's a very open-ended question. It depends on personal preference. What I would try and do for each of you that are wondering something similar to this about product research and stuff like that, what to test, I would try and look for key identifiers. The recent comments. Is it something that is getting orders on AliExpress? I mean, there's just a long list of things that you can look for, but there's nothing that's going to tell you exactly if it's a winner or not. That's the beauty of it, is that you have to try things in order to see results. That's just how it is. That's why I say you need to test products consistently in order to see results coming in. You have any tips to increase checkout page conversions? Yeah, there's this one app. It's called Conversion Plus. It used to be free, but now it's an app, Conversion Plus. It's just a simple timer in your checkout. It uses scarcity tactic. I have a video on it. A lot of these questions I have videos about. Once you have a good pixel, how should you go about running ad sets in an intermediate level? So let's say you're cold testing, you're getting consistent purchases that are profitable just with random interests or proven interest, and you want to move on to the next level. What is the first custom audience that you're going to make, or the next campaign you're going to set up that differentiates from just the cold testing?
I mean, I'd probably do some lookalike audiences depending on the amount of page views I have on the product and test from there.
Yeah, I mean, I would set up just a basic retargeting campaign, just for people that go to your store and didn't buy. You could also do that for each product page. That's just a basic section there to see if that's profitable. Usually retargeting is going to be one of the most profitable campaigns you could have. Even one thing I've tried, I haven't made a video about this yet, but one thing that I've tried that Noah Brewer, when he was here a few days ago, told me to try. He said, find like a winning ad set you have just from cold testing and duplicate it into a CBO campaign on Facebook with 5 of the same exact ad sets at $100 a day as the campaign budget level. And it was profitable for like 4 days, and then it just dropped off. So I don't know, Facebook's on and off. What's up, Kyle? What's up? Gizmo, Daniel. Alternatives for Conversion Pirate. I don't know, there's different apps that do it. Ultimate Sales Boost will do the job. Opinions on Alex Becker. Great guy. I mean, I don't know him, so I can't give a proper opinion. Let's see. Yep, Conversion Plus is an alternative for Conversion Pirate. Let's see, what do we got? Feel free to ask any more questions, guys. Anything specific you may want to know. If you're watching this as a replay, then you can drop comments below in the comments section, and I'll check them out, over the next few days as this video goes on. But yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like on the stream and ask a few more questions so we can go ahead and get these things going. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste our time. I just want to help you guys out as much as possible. So be selfish right now. Ask some final questions, very specific stuff. Tell us your situation, and we'll try to help you as much as possible, and we'll stay on here for a few more minutes.
There's a great comment. Bro, what's your skincare routine, Tanner?
My skincare routine? Let me check this camera. Does it look good? I mean, I got some acne coming back. I actually had really bad acne. I had to take what was this medicine called? Some medicine that's like very hardcore for acne, where it like dries out your whole face, and you're just like your whole face is just ashy and like.
Sounds like a lot.
It's bad. It's really just the lighting, as well as this is my laptop camera, so it's not that good of quality. Trust me, if you saw me in person, that the acne's there for sure. That's just what happens with stress.
Do you need to get a LLC, business bank account, and credit card? That's the proper way to do it. You shouldn't do it all on a personal account. It just makes it more complicated.
What's up, Noah? Noah's in here. You guys remember last time when Noah was in here, we did that live stream. Yeah, this live stream was sort of just random. I just posted on my Instagram story about it like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we're playing basketball, and Tanner's like, you mean a live stream? I'm like, okay.
All right, this guy's telling us his situation. Running a women's jewelry store. Max, by the way, running a women's jewelry store right now since 5 months. Been growing the IG page. Done 3 shout-outs ranging from 20 to 50 with good engagement rates. Well, you didn't really ask a question. You just told us your situation. I feel like you're spending your time and effort in the wrong areas. If you're spending 5 months to grow an Instagram page to 1,000 followers without making sales, or I don't know how many sales you're getting. I don't know what you're doing in 5 months. 5 months is a lot of time.
Yeah, the page will grow naturally too through ads.
Yeah, 100%. Accutane. Yeah, Accutane was the pills I had for the acne. That was rough. Do you think Facebook chat messenger bots are useful for e-commerce? 100%. I'm going to have to make some videos about it. It's something I've recently been studying. One of my good friends, Blake, sort of showed me the ropes of how it all works. I've been trying to figure out the best way to sort of tie it in.
That was just funny. You don't have to answer.
we have a personal question here. How come no dropshippers have girlfriends? That's a great question without a proper answer. I wouldn't say dropshippers just specifically, but I would say like for me, I don't have a girlfriend because I don't put the time and effort into going out and meeting girls. I don't go to parties. I don't go out and just do random stuff all day. Like I just stay in my house and work all day or eat or sleep. Like I just spend my time focusing on my goals because I know eventually I'll be able to have the freedom to travel and meet people when it's the right time.
It's very hard to find the right person when you're an entrepreneur, especially someone that has the same mindset. Like, there's no like place to do that when you don't go to college.
The other thing is like I've met girls and hung out with them. Maybe we had a little click or whatever. But the thing is, most girls are gonna expect way more time-wise out of like what I would actually like. It's hard to tell a girl. They don't like to hear that. You would rather spend more time working on your business than watching TV shows with them. Have you ever met Ty or Grant Cardone? Yeah, I actually went to Grant Cardone's offices. It was probably almost a year ago now at this point. It was pretty cool.
That was the first time that you ever came to the apartment or the penthouse.
Oh, yeah. That was the first time actually. Oh, I didn't.
We didn't meet. I literally left. I was leaving, and Tanner came in at the same time. So I didn't meet him that time.
You had a great chat with Noah last night. Awesome, Ryan. Currently building a niche Instagram page. I have 11K followers in 2 months to 25K. I'm going to start a store. Tips. I'd say you're going the wrong way, man. That's not the way to do it. If you're spending 2 months just to grow an Instagram page to start a store, you're not going to see the results. I used to have an Instagram page, Namarama, food page that had 700,000 followers. It was doing very well. I don't know if it was 700, like 500,000, something like that. But anyways, I was getting like millions of views a day combined on the video views on Instagram. And I was like, why am I not making a store selling like food-related products? And I remember I was so excited to do this, and I got the business bank account and all this stuff. And I made the store and launched it, and it was like nothing. Just because I was getting a lot of views, but 90% of those views and people going to the store were just, not potential buyers. They were just people that don't have money or people that don't really want to buy that kind of stuff. You just have to be careful with that. Oh, all these comments sort of like they come in at random. This guy's trying to promote his Instagram. YouTube took it down automatically. Doing that comment at the bottom, that's funny. YouTube's hiding the funny comments. I can't talk about some of this stuff. They didn't hide that one. Girlfriends distract you. Trust me, mine always needing attention when I want to work. I feel you, bro. I made 1 sale till now. Did the shout-outs. Only I ran with 10% engagement. Yeah, man. So I think you're the same guy, Max, that did spent like 5 months growing this Instagram page to 1,000 followers and made 1 sale. I just wouldn't focus on that, man. I'm telling you. If it's something that you haven't started like going all in with just because you don't have the money, go out there, start mowing lawns, cleaning houses, washing cars, doing manual work that, may not be fun, but is something that, if you really want to get into some kind of business, whether it's drop shipping or not, you're going to figure out a way to get money to start it and you make it happen. That's just how it is. In life, you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do in order to get to where you want to be. It's just how it is. Let's see. This guy's still promoting his Instagram. Come on, Jaden. I appreciate the support, but you don't need to be doing this. Let's see. Tanner, I've been dropshipping a lot over the last 2 months. I've made 31K in revenue. I want to start a brand. Any advice? Focus on the customers. Focus on creating the best customer experience as you can. I actually have a free dropshipping course that I made. I haven't put it out yet. It's 5 days, completely free. It's some stuff I haven't even really showed or talked about on my YouTube channel yet that I'm going to be offering. I have actually a big giveaway. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. Not a sneak peek. Well, I'll tell you a little bit of what I'm going to be doing. Basically, what's going to be happening soon, I'm going to be launching a pretty big giveaway where I'm going to be flying someone out, one person, to Miami. I'm going to put them up in like a really nice place in downtown Miami, way up. And it's going to be 3-day hands-on mentorship experience, taking them, whether if they already have sales, and we're going to just help boost everything, me and my Facebook ads team, or we're just going to get you from the ground up. It doesn't matter your age, where you're from, who you are, what you do. We're going to make stuff happen.
This is a really good question.
If you could call yourself from 5 years ago and give yourself advice for 30 seconds, what would you say? It's a good question. So 5 years ago, right now I'm 18. If I was 13, that was when I was doing my stuff on Vine. I would have told myself, stop growing themed Vine accounts, learn Facebook ads, start dropshipping before everybody else starts doing it, invest into Bitcoin, and invest in the Amazon stock. I don't know. 30 seconds is tough. If I got put on the spot like that and had to just say something, it's a very tough call. You use CBO campaigns. Yeah, I'll get into that in some future videos. That's stuff that is easier to show than to actually talk about it. Let's see. What do we got going on? Thanks, Tanner, for changing my life from $0 to over $1,000 a day. I'm enjoying this business. It's awesome, bro. Keep it up. Keep going. Do you provide mentorship? If you're the right person, not in the sense of your personality, but in the sense of are you actually invested into it as far as wanting to take action. I started mentoring with a couple of people, and I noticed that most people, if they're beginners, it's just they're having trouble committing to actually taking action and going all in on the business. I don't like helping people if they don't actually want to go all in, because I spend my time and effort showing you how to do something and you don't do it. It sort of sucks. But you can DM me on Instagram if you're interested in mentorship or next generation e-commerce, or there's a link in the description. Let's see. All right. If you guys have any other questions, you can leave them as a comment on this video. Just make sure to leave a like on this video right now on this live stream, and a comment below. If there's a good question that I actually really like, then I will actually make a separate video, proper video with Ariel or just myself or whatever, explaining that question in depth and answering it. So I appreciate all of you guys on here watching this stream. We have about 71 people right now. I know this wasn't really planned and we didn't have anything specific to talk about, but if you have any more questions about myself, Ariel, his story, whatever, just drop a comment below and we'll go from there. So have a good one, guys.